What's going on, sports fans? Coming at you today with an interesting video about Deshaun Watson and the Cleveland Browns. So, the Cleveland Browns are in a very bad way, right? We all know that the Deshaun Watson trade will probably go down in NFL as the worst trade in the NFL. If you look it up, it has its own Wikipedia page. It's kind of bad when you go to Wikipedia and they have a page about this. So we all know that the Cleveland Browns traded for Deshaun Watson, and this is what they gave up. They gave up a 2022 first and fourth round, 2023 first and third round, 2024 first and fourth round, and they got Deshaun Watson and a 2024 sixth round pick in uh, with that trade. So they gave up three number ones. Three. And then he goes on and signs a fully guaranteed 5 year, $230 million contract. Fully guaranteed. And that really constrained the Browns. Why they did this, I don't know. I couldn't answer that for you. Um, I guess they thought they were going to get a player that would light up the field. I mean, they got rid of Baker Mayfield for him, and look what Baker Mayfield's doing for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Seriously. If you're a Cleveland Brown fan, I am so sorry for you. I mean, this organization is such a historic organization. I mean, the Hall of Fame is right down the road from Cleveland. Right down the road in Canton. This organization has been through so much. They've never won a Super Bowl, but they did win the title game before it was called the Super Bowl. But once it was turned into the Super Bowl, they never won one. And then on top of that, you have all these reports coming out about Deshaun Watson and his injury. We all know that he tore his Achilles tendon, was out for the rest of the year. But then you hear reports that he re-tore the same Achilles tendon, and you've got all these videos up about him with his girlfriend, fiance, um, going on lavish trips, which that's his prerogative. He is a human being. But if you look at these videos, he's not wearing the boot on his ankle he's supposed to stabilize that injury. I saw a thing, I believe it was on either Pat McAfee or First Take, where they had this doctor come in and say, when we repair this injury, the patient has to be in a boot for 3 to 6 months to stabilize that injury, because there's two ways to do it. And normally what they do is they reattach the tendon and then sew it together and stabilize that tendon to grow back. But he retore it, and so the Cleveland Browns right now are trying to do everything they can to get out of the remainder of this contract. And it's sad to say that the Cleveland Browns are in the dog pound. They are in the dog pound because of this contract, and they need to get out. Did Other reports are coming out that he had coaches fired because he didn't like how they ran the offense. There was problems in the locker room that Joe Flacco came in and learned the entire offense in 30 days that Deshaun Watson couldn't even learn. And the 3 years that he's played in Cleveland, I believe that he's only played a full 13 games in 3 years. 13 games. You're paying a quarterback $230 million guaranteed contract, and he's only played 13 games in 3 years. And look at all the draft capital you gave up for this player. Look who you got rid of. They when they got rid of Baker Mayfield, they're like, well, we want adults in the quarterback room. Well, you didn't get it. You did not get it. And I read a report that Deshaun Watson wanted an offense that was more catered to him and what he played in college, where he wanted to be more in shotgun formations, not under center, wanted to do it his way. And then when he got hurt, you had players come out going, our locker room changed without him in it. It got better. The atmosphere completely changed. So to hear all this and then to see that Cleveland might be drafting a quarterback this coming draft, and they're trying everything they can to get out of this contract. Everything. Let's take all of the allegations out, all the money he's paid for these claims and everything. Let's just stick with football and what he's done on the field, or I should better say what he has not done on the field, and what this organization is going through. And again, for Cleveland Browns fans, I am sorry for your ownership, because they're the ones that did this. They're the ones that did this to your football team. And things need to change. You got a good head coach. Maybe, just maybe, y'all can get a quarterback either in free agency, or you can draft one. My deal is, why don't you go call up the New England Patriots and go, hey, what do you want for your backup quarterback? Because if you watch that last game with the New England Patriots, their backup quarterback was really, really good. And so, we're going to have to see. Right now, the Cleveland Browns, yeah, they restructured Deshaun Watson's last 2 years of his deal, but they're still trying to find a way out of it. And in the contract, it states, if he does certain things or injures himself doing certain things, or causes strife here, there, in his contract, the wording of it is so specific that they are trying to use everything they can. They're trying to get video evidence from his Instagram, his TikTok, all these reports of like, hey, did he re-injure his ankle by not following the medical guidelines? And if he did, if they could prove it to the NFL committee, they can be out of this contract. And it would open up so much more cap space for the Cleveland Browns, because if not, you're still going to have to go get another quarterback, and you're still going to have Deshaun Watson on your team, who is most likely going to be out the entire 2025 season. So you're going to be paying him, I believe it's $48 million to not even play. So they're doing everything in their power to get out of this contract. There are a lot of holes in that team that needs to be filled. Too much is riding on the steel for the Cleveland Browns. They are trying everything they can to get out of this contract, to bring in another quarterback that better suits their offensive scheme on what they want to do. I mean, look at Joe Flacco. Look what he did in that offense compared to what Deshaun Watson has done. Look at Deshaun Watson this year. And, my team, we played, the Broncos played the Cleveland Browns when their backup was, their third backup, you should say. And, who was it? Winston? And it was a shootout, back and forth. Now I want you to think, if Deshaun Watson was playing that game, would it have been a shootout? Would it have been a back and forth? Or would the Browns got steamrolled? Seriously. And I'm just saying that because I'm a Broncos fan, but you got to look at it through the lens of what has happened this year with the Cleveland Browns. They are in dire straits right now. They are in cap hell. Their team's morale is completely low, and all these reports coming out, everything that's coming to the light about this second injury of him having to have the surgery again, which again will take him out for the entire 2025 season. They're trying everything they can to get out of this contract, to unburden what they did. So if you're a Cleveland Brown fan, man, I hope they do. I really do. Your organization is such a historic organization. You had them become the Baltimore Ravens, go there, win a Super Bowl. Then you had to come back in as an expansion team. I mean, it's so bad that they made a movie about the Cleveland Browns with Kevin Costner in Draft Day, when if you find out how that movie was made, it was originally about the Buffalo Bills in the article, but they're like, no, let's do this for Cleveland. So something needs to change in that organization. You can't fire owners no matter how hard you wish you could, because I'm going to do a video here about, coaching openings that you have not heard about, and about their owners and why they've got the pieces there, but the owners are really hurting them. And that's what's going on in Cleveland. So if you're a Browns fan, let me know in the comment down below. What do you think should happen? Let's get a conversation going. Let's build a community here where you can vent your frustrations, and we can talk about it. But I hope you have a good one. Remember, today I'm going to live stream the games, and I'm going to have my son-in-law on here with me, and we are going to talk football. Send me your comments, what you want us to talk about, and we're going to have a great one. I'll catch y'all later. Peace.